So, welcome back to Honor the Animal. Today, I would like to talk about a new legal concept that's making the rounds, and you may have heard about this. It's the rights of nature. And various governmental bodies around the world are working with this idea, and some people are trying to institute rights of nature that apply to various features of the natural world, whether it be forests or oceans or rivers or what have you. And when I first heard about this idea, I was excited about it. I thought, okay, this is a good idea. This is a way that we can develop a more harmonious relationship with the natural world. This is a way that we can cut back on some of the abuses. This is a way that we can develop a better relationship with the world. But the more I thought about it, the more preposterous the whole thing came to be. Because granting rights to people or to the natural world or to plants or animals, granting right presumes power. It presumes authority. It presumes jurisdiction. In other words, there's someone who is granting that power. Some monarchy, some aristocracy, some elite group or power that is granting rights to people, or in this case, nature. And if we think about this, it becomes more and more absurd. Because what we're seeing now is that a very small minority is presuming to grant rights to this vast, overwhelmingly powerful majority. So a biologist would look at it this way and say, here's one species presuming to grant rights to the totality of nature. How audacious is that? This is like one fish, one species of fish in the ocean granting rights to the entire ocean. We would laugh at that. As well we should. Or to use another example, this is like the new kid in town. Right? The new kid in town comes onto the playground and says, well, I'm the boss now, and I'm in charge of the playground, and I'm going to grant rights to individuals or groups on the playground. And not only that, I'm going to grant rights to the entire playground. And that's exactly what we're doing with rights of nature. Because we're this small bit player in the biosphere. And now we're trying to seize control of the whole thing. And it's crazy. It's crazy talk, and it's not a solution. It's an expression of our attitude, our human supremacist attitude toward nature as a whole. And it's only going to deepen our affliction. So, what's the resolution here? Well, I think we need to put our focus on humility, put our focus on biology, and to see ourselves not as masters and possessors of nature, but as participants in nature. And as participants, we would never presume to grant rights to the whole thing. No, we would act with a certain humility. So instead of talking about rights of nature, I think we can talk about abuses. And this is something that is easy to understand, right? We can talk about abuses of people, abuses of animals, and in the larger sense, abuses of habitat. That's something that's real. That's something that we can legislate. That is something that we can get our arms around. And it doesn't presume superiority over anything or anyone. So we need to reframe this entire conversation. I say, let's forget about rights of nature. Let's exercise some humility. Let's talk about abuses. And let's try to integrate ourselves more completely with the world. I think that's the path forward. We also need to talk about this more. So I would encourage you to get together with your family, your friends, your students, people in your community, and say, hey, what about this rights of nature thing? What does it mean to you? Do you think this is a good idea? That's bound to be a fruitful conversation. So let me know how it goes. We'll see you next time.